Do you need more snacks? Which one's your favorite so far?
Oh, what?
Between these two. They're two different kinds.
I didn't eat the yellow one.
Oh, you know what? I'll try that one. There's a bug in my eye.
The yellow one.
Can you get the bug out of my eye?
Hey, welcome back to Jonestead Farm. If you haven't been with us before, my name's David, and this is Janine.
Yep, and this is Jude.
And this is Jude. We just want to take a minute and just do a quick, life update about what's been going on the farm. So since the last time we saw you, we have done a whole lot. We got back from the Homestead Festival.
Yeah.
And on the way home, we stopped and picked up my dad, who lives in Ohio right now. And he spent a few weeks with us, so we brought him out here, and he got to spend time with the grandkids and helped out around the farm and stuff.
Yep.
And then we went back to Indiana and stayed with family for the week of 4th of July.
Yep.
It was a little mini vacation to see family.
It was super great.
Yeah,
it was an awesome time.
Went back home again in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both from Indiana, so if you didn't know that, that's why we go back to Indiana. All of our family is there. My parents have moved out here, but that's all the biological blood family we have here. We have lots of family here, but we go back to Indiana to see family. It was awesome.
Yep.
Good times.
While we're in Indiana, we had a slight little accident as well.
Little accident. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. So the first day we're there, we had just rolled in really, and my 11-year-old, she so my parents have a few acres, and they have some 4-wheelers and a gator.
Yeah.
And my 11-year-old was learning to drive, and we were all outside and driving, and then we all came inside for dinner, and her and my niece stayed out for a little bit and did a couple more laps, and unfortunately
did a lap up a tree.
Yeah, her front tire found a tree and tried to drive up the tree, and it flipped the gator, and
It was wild.
It was a little crazy for a second. My niece had a couple broken bones, and
yeah, it was wild.
And
wild times.
We spent some time in the hospital for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was fun, but after that, it went great. Like, we had a really great time with family.
It was a great time. It was awesome.
Even through the chaos and the pain, it was actually a lot of time of bonding, and it was really, really good and fun.
It was. Yeah.
So, but then we got back last Sunday.
We did.
And it has been catch up on the farm.
Yes.
As you know, when you leave in the middle of July,
it's not the most ideal time to travel. Winter is the best time to travel, probably, on the farm, because everything is either sleeping or not in season. But it's been a thing.
Yep.
Thanks. Baby sliding. Oh, buddy. Hi, handsome.
So we got back, and we had a lot of mowing to do and garden cleanup and moving the piglets into a pen, into a bigger paddock, and just a whole lot of stuff. But we want to just take a minute and just share the updates that have been going on while we were traveling and all of that, and just kind of let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
We also forgot to mention, we had 2 weekends of butcher days with our chickens.
Right before we left on vacation, we had our meat birds that needed to go before we went, so that that was no longer a farm chore for anyone to have to deal with, as well as it was time for them to be butchered. They wouldn't have made it. The heat was not their friend. So we butchered about 100 birds. And
I think it was like 95.
Yeah, roughly. So it was a great time. We had we host butchering workshops out here, and so it was so much fun getting to know some people in the community, getting to know people we've never been in community with, some people that we have been in community with. So it was really cool to be able to have all them out. And then when we got back, also we moved our turkeys out to pasture. There was a lot of that kind of cleanup that needed to be done too. They were in the brooder for a while, and it was time for them to move out. And that's the beauty of those Untitled tractors that we use. We're able to really use them as multi-purpose. One of them was holding piglets for a little while, and 2 of them were for meat birds. And Now one's holding turkeys, and eventually we'll move all the turkeys out into all 3 of them. So it's nice to have multi-purpose stuff on the farm, right,
Yeah.
buddy?
Yeah, so if you're watching and you were one of the people who came and learned how to butcher, thank you so much for coming out. We had a really, really great time just learning with you and teaching what we know, and hopefully you got some self-sufficient skills by doing that. In that whole process too, we did I don't know, I guess you would call it like a farm share.
Yeah.
We raised 50 of those birds were for a guy that I work with. And so we raised them for him, and he came out and helped us butcher. And what's up, buddy? And it was that was a really cool experience getting to do a share.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do some more of that in the future.
Yep.
So
yeah, if you're local in the area and that's something you're really interested in, you're looking to source your meat locally, and you'd want to come out and see where it would be raised and all that kind of stuff, we'd love to partner with you guys to get you some good quality chicken.
Yeah, farm fresh chicken.
Yeah.
One thing that we learned this past process, so we think we should have learned it. We did some chickens last fall, winter time.
Yeah.
But we really learned it this time. So we knew that butcher day should have been 8 to 9 weeks in age on the birds.
Yeah.
And so we scheduled the butcher day and the inviting people out and everything on this certain weekend.
Yeah.
And we knew that the birds were looking a little small, but we thought that they would still be kind of in the range that we wanted them to be in. But the first day that we started, we butchered a couple of them and we weighed them out, and we were like, okay, these guys need at least another week to grow out.
Yeah.
However, that put us like the day that we were supposed to leave for Indiana.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We delayed our trip a day in order to kind of make that work out.
Yeah, but the thing we realized was the birds that we butchered in the winter, they took a little bit longer to grow out as well compared to our birds last summer. And we thought it was because they were in the barn for a little bit, they weren't out on pasture, they weren't getting as much bugs and grass and whatever.
Stuff, yeah.
However, on that batch, we had changed feeds to a local company.
Yeah.
And they're a great company. I don't have anything against the company. However, our birds are just growing out a little slower, I think, on that feed because that week that we recognized that the chickens weren't ready to butcher, we waited a week.
Yeah.
We went back to the feed that we had originally did the chickens we did last summer on.
Right.
And they picked up weight really fast.
They did.
I mean, in days you could just see the health of them come back. They looked plump. They looked the feathers, they looked more full.
They did. It was wild because the feed that I don't really want to disclose the feed that we were using because I still think it's a great company and local sourcing is great and all of that. But the feed that we switched back to was Nature's Best that's sold at Tractor Supply. It's organic. And so the feed that we were feeding before was non-GMO, great quality feed. But the feed that we switched back to was an organic feed, and it was at Tractor Supply. We were thinking we're going to save some money going the other route, but I really don't think we saved anything because we ended up needing to have more.
At least a week longer.
Yeah. Right, bud?
And
that doesn't make the math, does it?
Yeah. So like we learned our lesson, and I think I'm definitely down to try different ways of feeding and stuff, but I think for now we found a feed that the chickens seem to respond to. It's organic, it's non-GMO.
Yeah.
They're pasture raised, and I think we like that.
I do.
Overall, anyway.
And honestly, we were using it for our layers as well, a local feed. And when we swapped back to Nature's Best organic layer, they started laying eggs more again. And so it's just wild. Like, I don't really know what the difference really was, or maybe it was just a lack of certain nutrition. I mean, honestly, the protein, all of the different minerals and everything that's in that feed lined up pretty well with what we were already using. So I don't really know what the difference is, but we did find good quality organic feed at Tractor Supply, and it's working for us.
Yeah, I would say the big difference I noticed was which I thought would be better, the local supplier, not only the supplier, but it's like the manufacturer or whatever is here in Missouri. It's pretty close by.
Yeah.
That feed was more, it was more of a whole grain. I mean, it was cracked, but it was more whole grains in it, and the feed that we get that's organic and
It's almost like a
non-GMO.
mash that's a crumble.
Yeah, it's like a crumble or a pellet.
Yeah.
And so maybe the whole grains, the chickens were just having trouble processing or digesting. I don't know.
I don't know.
But the Nature's Best from Tractor Supply, you can buy it in bulk from there as well.
Yep.
They have it bagged in
They
bulk.
have farm totes, yeah.
They seem to really grow out healthily on it, so
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it.
And it's also what we used for our turkeys last year, and it's what we're using for our turkeys this year. And so, yeah, I think also our hogs didn't grow out nearly as fast as we thought either last year, and we were using the same brand for hog feed. So I feel like the boys that we have now, our barrows, are growing pretty quick, and we swapped feed on that too. So I don't know. We'll just see. We'll keep you in the loop on the feed, but kind of weird.
The hogs is going to be hard to tell because
yeah, we have barrows or skilts, and
we get so much scraps from the food pantry and
True.
stuff. So
yeah.
They're getting less feed, and because we supplement with a lot of the scraps from the food pantry.
Totally. Yeah, and it's so hit or miss what we're getting
Speaking
to.
of, I've got a whole load in the van I need to get out.
Tag, you're it.
Kids will be it when they get home.
Tag, y'all are it. Right? Jude, are you it? He's like, no.
With the turkeys, we'll be having a video that comes out pretty soon that's going to give you, we have filmed it from the day that we got them.
Yep, post office to pasture.
Yeah, post office to pasture. So that'll be coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that. But on our turkeys as well, we wanted to raise more turkeys this year and to offer people that are local, friends, family, neighbors, people that are local watching online.
Yeah.
We want to do a butcher experience for you with your Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
So come out to the farm. It'll be sometime in October.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have you come out and one, you'll learn how to butcher your turkey, and two, you get to take home your Thanksgiving turkey, your farm fresh Thanksgiving turkey.
No kidding. And it's delicious. Like, I can't tell you how much better that turkey tastes last year than what turkeys we bought in the past. Farm fresh turkey, there's nothing that compares to it. It's so good.
Yep. You got another class coming up. Why don't you tell them a little bit about?
We have Homestead Mama sessions. So I love passing down just traditional skills that you wish that you would have learned from maybe your grandma or your mama, or your aunt or whoever. So I have 4 sessions a year. We've already had one. It was gardening. This next one is all about preserving the harvest and learning how to cook from scratch, right? Learn how to get back to the simple stuff in the kitchen, a little less complex, but a little more simple farmhouse scratch cooking. So it'll be good stuff. We're going to talk about all different ways to preserve harvest. You don't have to have a huge garden to preserve a harvest. You just have to have a little grit. That's all. So I'm going to show how to preserve the pressure canning and water bathing and freezing and dehydrating and all the good stuff. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I'll feed you lunch. It'll be great.
And that's coming here in just a couple weeks. So
July 26th.
So
links in the show notes.
Yep. Check the link and go check it out. It'll be fun. Did you tell them they get lunch?
Yep, lunch. And you'll leave with 2 canned items plus a little freebie for a little peekaboo of what's going to happen for the next session. I like always giving away a little something fun that goes with the next session. And lots of fun little giveaways in this one too.
Yep, and that's called Homestead Mamas, or Homestead Sessions for Mamas.
There it is.
And so, sorry guys, it's just for the ladies.
It is, just this time. We have other stuff in the works that'll come out, as we go. But we wanted to trial Homestead Mamas first. So it'll be a lot of fun. He's into hair. You like it, buddy, don't you? Poor dad. We also will probably have some pork available this fall. If you're someone that's really interested in wanting to get in on some farm fresh pork, we'll have some hogs available. So if you're interested in that and that's something you're wanting to look into, we typically will offer them up in halves or wholes. And so you get to be all a part of the process of how you want your pig pieced out and all of that. So if that's something else you're interested in, going forward. We really want to be able to help service the community as much as possible. For me personally, I remember before we had the space to grow our own meat, what it felt like not being able to grow our own meat. And so trying to source it from people that were doing it the way that I would want was a little bit of a headache, I feel like, somewhat. And so we just want to be able to make it easy for people to be able to source their food locally and ethically, and just good quality food, knowing that what's been fed to it is good for the animal as well as good for your body.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in farm sharing, definitely shoot us a message. We'd love to talk to you. Again, we're in the Kansas City area, so South Kansas City area, out in the country.
Yeah, and if right now is not the time for you, we totally understand that.
Yeah.
But we're looking to do more of that next year. So
Totally.
Just shoot us a message if you're interested. I'd love to just connect with you and maybe talk about what that could look like. So.
Yep. Yeah. Well.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for this life update.
Yeah.
We will have another one out soon about turkeys. And be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe, all the things.
Cheesy, this guy.
Mm-hmm. It's all right, but we love you guys. We appreciate you. God bless. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. How you doing, stud?
Yo.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the baby. You ever question if you're supposed to run your birds on pasture? I'm going to tell you, run your birds on pasture. So here's where our turkeys have been running. They probably sat a little longer than they should have. They got some fresh grass sitting there eating, having their best evening snack. This is where our meat birds were before. And you can see how dark green it is. Beautiful, it's luscious. Huh?
That was mowed 9 days ago.
Yeah, this was mowed 9 days ago. Okay. And these birds ate it down to nothing. And it is just luscious. You can see the color difference up there. See how it's a little bit light green versus this dark, lush green? This is the difference between pasturing your birds and not pasturing your birds. It's wild. Crazy. Love a good evening stroll. These guys are doing great. They're living their best lives. Turkeys are they're so simple and easy to take care of. In the beginning, they have a little bit of less of a will to live, but when they get to this big, they're just living their best life. We'll be bumping them up into 2 tractors pretty soon. And then towards the end, we'll bump them into 3, just so they have plenty of space, not too crowded, and are able to get plenty of fresh grass. But right now, they're living their best lives.